Thank you. All right. Thanks. Is 2026 like okay? Like I feel like the diversity of 2026 is like everybody personalities. Clap it up for my favorite student athlete, y'all. Go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down right there. Marlon.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the word, Dean.
Marlon, how you doing? Everybody, this is Marlon. Okay.
Pleasure.
All right,
pleasure.
Marlon, listen.
Man.
Tomorrow, what's tomorrow, game?
Yo, tomorrow. It's the biggest game of basketball. The first one in history, matter of fact.
Yes.
Stream University, man.
Yes, first one in history, first basketball in history. I need you out there dropping buckets.
Okay.
You hear me?
I hear you, bro.
Real deal buckets.
So what should what do you think? What do you think the game is gonna be consistent of? You know?
What you mean?
Like you think it's gonna be a big game for me? I gotta go show up.
I think it's not just for you, but for the entire team.
Not for me.
Why you have to be a team?
Oh, for real?
Oh, you gonna be on some like you was gonna be on some ball shit? Like you about to just
Bro,
like not
hey, I'm gonna be real honest.
Bro, don't do that, bro. You're a lead, bro. Bro, listen, you're like you gotta be Troy Bolton, bro.
I am Troy, but that's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that. We got the same number. Even though I know we're number 3, he wears number 3.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
you like 3 too?
Yeah. Oh, you 3 too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you perform the way you do. I call you in here to give you some motivation, bro.
I like that.
Tonight, get rest.
I like that. Okay.
Get rest tonight, bro. Don't be up all night, gang.
Get rest tonight. Well,
All right.
Okay. Get food in my
Motivate
system.
food in your system. Eat your protein. Eat everything you need.
Yeah.
Wake up. Make sure you get that potassium from the bananas.
Ooh, I like that. So I don't cramp up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Drink
like that.
your water.
Okay. Now listen. So you say go to bed early tonight and shit.
Yes.
Let's just hypothetically say there's a bully in school that been bullying a lot of people.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to lead by example.
Okay.
So by leading by example, I gotta shut that shit down.
Okay. All right. That's hypothetical. Yes. I'm good with it.
Okay. I sent him.
As long as you're doing the right thing, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Bro.
I sent him. Okay.
All right. That's it. Anything else?
I mean that's it. Nah. And also I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm in class, but I'm not doing no homework or nothing. But I am the basketball star, so we're good, right? I said we're good.
I'm in mute. You don't gotta have good grades, bro. We just need us a championship.
Okay.
We're gonna make sure it's all good in the GPA system. Everything's gonna be good. Just go out there and drop up. All right, bro.
All right, chat.
All right,
muted.
so the next one in.
Yo.
He's a star, man. It's gonna be a cat. I ain't gonna lie, chat. It's gonna be an interesting game. Genuinely. Next!
Tell me something good.
Hello and welcome in, folks. This is the 477th episode of
Tell me that you love me. Yeah.
And if I would grant your appeal to the extremes in that, as that doesn't actually happen that often, in terms of why most abortions do happen, would you then say, okay, then the rest of abortions should be illegal?
No, why would I say that? What?
Why are you arguing?
Why would I
from
say
an
that? Because you
extreme?
hold in an exception that therefore I should think elective abortion should be banned.
Why are you appealing to my exception, I guess I would ask?
Because I think that you could hold a consistent pro-life view without changing your fundamental moral convictions. That also includes an exception for rape victims. The reason why I always first ask pro-lifers if they think that rape victims should be able to access abortion is because you can do that without me convincing you that you should be pro-choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna grant an exception for. Can I say? Do I need to put the G on it? I'll say grape, right?
Yeah, you could say rape. I listen. I don't know what's going on with the TikTok words anymore. I used to think that you couldn't say kill, you couldn't say rape, you couldn't say murder, you couldn't say Holocaust, you couldn't say terrorist. But I don't know. It seems like they've changed the rules. Okay.
Well, TikTok wants to keep you around. You're their biggest guy, you know. Right?
Well, I mean, I feel like the last week of our 5-year bans almost every day have been data contrary to that conclusion, but I digress. The point is you told us that you do think that elective abortions should be banned, and that's maybe why you support Trump, or at least one of the reasons. What if I told you that Donald Trump caused an increase in elective abortions?
And are you going to cite the overturning of Roe v. Wade as increasing abortions instead of decreasing them? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, we've suddenly seen an increase in abortion since it was overturned, Dan.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying since Trump has become president, there have been more abortions, right?
Yeah, since he overturned Roe v. Wade, yeah.
I would say if you want to see less of anything in the country, wouldn't it just common sense be to put restrictions on this thing? It is true that people that are still going to go and get abortions, but here's the thing. Don't you think it's more pro-choice people getting abortions than pro-life people? Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it.
Is there more pro-choice people that get abortions than pro-life people? Well, I mean, I think that there's a lot of people who say that they're pro-life, but then they end up getting an abortion themselves. Here's what I'd say. Well, clearly, this restriction on abortion has not led to less women getting them. And I think that there's some clear reasons why. In many states, they've implemented bans at 8 to 10 weeks, leaving women with like 2 or 3 weeks to still get a legal elective abortion. And a lot of women during the first 2 to 3 weeks that they know of their pregnancy don't want to be pregnant, but they keep the pregnancy because they know that they'll have time to make a decision to get an abortion in the next coming, trimester if they really wanted to. And that was the status quo before Roe v. Wade was overturned. After Roe v. Wade was overturned, now many of these women and girls just have 2 or 3 weeks to make that decision. So they're significantly more likely to make that decision than they were before. Something else that I'll say here, this is more of a general question, because I'd assume the reason why you care about wanting to ban abortion is because you want to save as much innocent human life as possible, right, Dan?
Yes, I think I might know where you're going with this, but I'll answer and say yes. It is important for me to not unalive these human lives. Yes.
So if the Democrats saved more innocent human life than Trump, would you argue in retrospect that you should have supported them? Alberto, thank you for the galaxy.
I would say it'd be great to save innocent human lives in all facets, because I think what you're trying to do is trap me into. If I answer that yes, then you would say, "Oh, you should just vote for Democrats anyways." That's where you're going with that.
I just want to know the answer to this question. If it was true that the Democrats would have saved significantly more innocent human lives than Trump, I mean, like significantly more, millions and millions and millions a year, would you say in retrospect that you should have supported the Democrats in the last election?
I'm just going to say no, because I know the reason this being is because then you're still going to be supporting open and legal access to abortion pretty much whenever you want.
Well,
right?
it's about the lesser of two evils, man. And we're including abortion in this consideration as well. I'm basically saying if we consider abortion to be murder, if we consider that to be the termination of an innocent, valuable human life like yours or mine, but still in consideration of that fact, the Democrats would have saved more innocent human lives than Trump, significantly more than Trump. Why would you not say that in retrospect you should have supported them?
Well, then I guess I will say, like you're talking about lesser of two evils, then I would say, okay, yeah, we can vote Democrat, but then we should also say in voting Democrat, can we still not be against abortion?
Well, I mean, you'd still be ideologically against abortion in this hypothetical. I'm just saying if they would have saved significantly more innocent human lives, even in consideration of abortion, making them the lesser of two evils, should you have voted for, can you agree that you should have voted for the Democrats?
Well, no, because I think there's other issues besides abortion that I'm against, but
well, we're not just talking about abortion, we're talking about saving all innocent human lives.
Sure. Okay, but like let's strip away everything else that I said. If it's strictly about saving innocent lives, and you could prove to me only from a human life saving standpoint, Republican versus Democrat, apart from abortion, yeah, I would. Yes, sure.
Okay.
Right.
Alrighty. Well, I can prove that to you. Kamala Harris would have saved around 14 million innocent human lives over the course of the next 4 years if she was elected compared to Trump today. An institution by the name of The Lancet did a study on Donald Trump's cuts to USAID expenditure, and that study concluded that over the course of the next 4 years, that's going to cost 14 million lives across the globe. If Trump lost the election, USAID never would have been cut, and those 14 million lives would have been saved by who? The Democrats. So it is true that the Democrats would have saved significantly more innocent human lives than Trump. Therefore, it seems to be true that you should now concede that in retrospect, maybe you should have voted for Harris.
Strictly from a saving human life standpoint, I'm trying to be logically consistent, because I don't want to be contradicting myself and saying no, and then this just gets to become a circular debate where you say, well, you said this earlier. So I'll say yes from that standpoint. Again, I'm not sure. I'll take your word on this study. How are we going to project what lives could have been saved? That's hard to know. right?
It's actually not. It's actually not, because we've been funding USAID for 24 years now. And what the Lancet did is they took a look at the countries that we gave USAID funding to. We looked at what that funding went to. We looked at how many lives it saved. We looked at other comparable countries, accounting for socioeconomics, accounting for region, accounting for money, accounting for every variable, to look at how many lives were lost there. I mean, this is something that's been studied for a very long time. So that conclusion is pretty formidable. So, okay, it does seem like now you've conceded that in retrospect you should have voted for Harris.
And the reason why I keep on saying because of only saved human lives, and I'm not trying to downplay that, that's obviously very important, but I think that there's other reasons besides just abortion, I don't know if you want to get into that people would have voted either for one candidate or the other.
Well, let's hear it. Now that you've agreed that Kamala Harris, if elected, would have saved millions of lives that are now being killed under Trump, what is Trump doing that makes you still support him, in the sense that there's something that he's doing that outweighs that concern to the fact that Kamala Harris would have saved millions of innocent human lives?
I think there's other, and again, I hope
like
you're
what
not
is
going to try
Trump
and call me out on.
specifically, what is Trump doing that is more meaningful than Kamala Harris saving millions of innocent human lives that are now dying? What is he doing that's more meaningful than that? But I'm asking you for the overriding reasons.
I mean, there's other. I'm sorry, we're going to keep repeating the same thing. Anti-trans, anti-gay, anti-immigration. I'm saying I'm talking about the other reasons why I voted for it.
What is Trump doing that's anti-gay, so much so that you'd prefer a president that is anti-gay that also kills 14 million people over the course of the next 4 years, compared to a president that is pro-gay but saves 14 million lives over the course of the next 4 years? I guess, what is he doing that's anti-gay that's more important than saving 14 million innocent human lives?
I don't think it's so simple as vote for X president, save X amount of lives. I'm taking your study at face value. You do this debate thing every day. You look into it. You're very well versed. You're well researched. I'm taking that and saying, okay, I believe that's probably true. However, it's still hard for me to get over the hurdle that genuinely vote for Democrat does mean vote for abortion, and vote for Republican usually means against that. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but historically that's been.
I gave you that argument already. Even if we consider abortion murder, the Democrats still would have saved more innocent human lives than Trump. So then I brought that up. You conceded. You agreed. You said, okay, Dean, Kamala Harris would have saved more innocent human lives, but you still support Trump as president. You can't concede in retrospect. You should have voted for Kamala Harris. So this means that Donald Trump is doing something more meaningful and more impactful and better than Kamala Harris saving 14 million innocent human lives, because you still have a preference for Trump. So what is Donald Trump doing that is more meaningful than saving 14 million lives to continually justify your support in him as president?
I'm not sure it's just a preference for Trump. It could probably be just a preference for my beliefs and core values, supporting what I think that is in the Republican Party over the Democrat Party, and Trump just happens to be president.
So what specifically is he supporting that is more meaningful than saving 14 million lives?
I think in general, the degradation and degeneracy I see in society can be attributed to a lot more democratic values that I see than Republican values.
Okay, where do we see higher quality of life, blue states or red states?
Higher quality? Are you saying which states are more poor and which states are less poor?
Yeah, we see higher GDP per capita, higher levels of reported happiness, lower levels of unemployment in blue states compared to red states. So are you saying the states that are happier with higher qualities of life, that make more money, are less employed, or more degenerate? That's a little bit insane. I'm either going to get a very clear answer to my question, or I'm going to kick you. Okay?
What's the
because
question?
We've already went over the fact that if Harris was elected, she would have saved 14 million lives that are now dying today under Trump. But you still yet have a preference for Donald Trump as president. This means that Donald Trump is doing something that you think is more meaningful than Kamala Harris saving 14 million innocent human lives, because you still have a preference for Trump, who is killing 14 million innocent human lives. Tell us all, what is Trump doing that is more meaningful than saving 14 million innocent human lives?
Increase speed!
First of all, is 14 million in the grand scheme of things per year supposed to be like an astronomical amount? I'm not saying it's not, but I mean, I would still maybe vote for a candidate that let X amount of people more die if I thought I could see more moral values coming back into America that I want to see, and I can explain to you what those are. I'm not trying to dodge your question.
I just want to know what you think is more meaningful that he's doing. I've asked you this question fucking 20 times, and I've not gotten
and I
a straight
answered
response.
already. You're
Okay,
not
what's
giving.
the
You're not
answer?
letting-
What's the answer?
When I described less degeneracy and stuff, you just glossed over that and missed what I meant.
Okay. So
I think it's
you argue that
degenerate
Trump
to
is
be
making
gay, degenerate
America
to be
less
trans.
degenerate.
Yes, I do.
What do you mean by degenerate?
I mean sexual degeneracy and the
You
progression that
can't
I
use
see
the
in
word
that.
in the definition of the term. I'm asking you for the definition of the term degenerate, Dan.
Okay, values that are degrading that we should not, as a society, want to push forward as normal and mainstream.
What's a value?
A value is I guess it could be a belief or something that we hold in high regard or esteem.
So a belief. So in other words, you're saying that Donald Trump is reducing the amount of people that hold particular beliefs that you think are bad. So that's an empirical claim.
Is he reducing the amount of people, or
isn't the new
I think he'd
evil
be
bear.
trying to reduce
Trust me,
the
I'm a
prevalence
lot
of the
better
beliefs
than the
that are
last
bad.
one.
Yeah.
Look, you want to be useful, new eagle bearer? Get back the stallion the other one of you lost to the pirates.
I can get your stallion back, but we're going to need a lot more than one horse.
What for?
The pirates are coming, and at least with mounts, the villagers have a fighting...
Sure enough. But I bred this one just for Megacles himself. Without his stallion, he isn't right.
Not a good one.
Exactly.
I'll get back Megacles.
Okay, well, how do we reduce the prevalence of a belief that is bad? By reducing the amount of individuals that hold that belief, correct? Because that's what prevalence means.
Well, yes, the amount of individuals, or just the belief in like how prevalent it may be in society in any given facet of the society, right? For example, you don't want to talk about gay or trans, that's fine, but I'm citing those as beliefs and things that are.
Would you argue
being
that Trump is
pushed.
making our country more degenerate because now half of our country is okay with making a rapist president? Is that a degenerate belief, Dan?
Easy now.
Is it? The question is it degenerate letting a 32 count felon be president?
Letting a 32 count felon rapist be president. Is it degenerate to support rapists in positions of power, Dan?
I'm pretty sure that's not what rape is in a certain definition.
What?
Penetration with the penis, that would be with his fingers. I don't consider that rape in the same definition I think that you are.
Come on.
So you'd argue that it's not rape when a man forcibly penetrates a woman's vagina with his fingers. So Trump isn't a rapist for that reason. What's
No,
the relevant
I-
difference between penetrating a woman's vagina forcefully with your penis compared to your fingers that makes it rape in one scenario but not rape in the other scenario, Dan?
I mean, I guess we're just debating with the word rape now at this point. Right?
I know, but I'm asking you for the relevant distinctions between the forced penetration of a vagina with a finger and the forced penetration of a vagina with a penis. That makes it rape in one case but not the other. What are the differences?
I guess I would have to put the historical or like what we just have defined it. If we're going to define it as something different and use
Why can't
that
you answer my
definition,
question?
I just wouldn't say that would be what rape is, and even in that case,
But I'm
why did
asking
they
you for
not?
the relevant distinctions between
Why
the
did
forced
New
penetration
York
of the vagina
hold
with the
a
penis and the
lesser
forced penetration
definition?
with a vagina with a finger that makes it rape in one scenario but not the other. The way that we use terms to refer to things, okay, when we refer to two different things with two different terms, this means that there's a difference between the two things that we're referring to, or else we'd refer to them with the same term. Okay, like a good example of this under review. What's the difference between a square and a circle? Okay, well, if you're going to itemize one shape as a square and itemize the second shape as a circle, well, this means that there's a relevant difference between those two shapes that helps us understand why we categorize one as a square and why we categorize one as not a square. Okay, and what would that relevant difference be? One shape possesses four sides and four 90-degree angles, the other doesn't. So when I'm asking you, what are the relevant differences between the action of forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina with your finger compared to your penis, so I could understand why you think one is rape and one is not rape, I'm asking you to literally point me to the differences between those two material actions to help me understand why you classify them differently.
Well, it would be the definition difference between murder and manslaughter. There's a different action taking place. It may be a different part of the body, but that is inherent in what the definition is.
Okay,
right?
so the difference between murder and manslaughter is that in one scenario you're doing so with intention or neglect, and the other you're doing so without intention. Okay, so I'm able to point you to the relevant difference between the two actions, so we can understand why one is murder and why one is not murder. Point me towards the relevant difference between the forced penetration of a woman's vagina with a penis and the forced penetration of a woman's
There'll be
vagina with a
trouble.
finger. That helps me
Using a
understand why
sexual-
one is rape and one is not rape.
Using a sexual organ to do it is just different than a finger. It's
Okay.
inherent in
So
the
you-
definition. It's
So you
different.
need to do it with a sexual organ. Okay, so why does rape have to be done with a sexual organ?
I don't know. Why has that been the definition? And even in this court case, why was that
Okay.
definition
Hopefully
not
this goes
upheld?
better
Even the
than last
courts
time.
and the law are agreeing in certain cases that it is the case.
Okay, well,
Right.
50 years ago, the courts and the law would agree that a woman couldn't be raped in marriage. 150 years ago, the courts and the law would agree that black women couldn't be raped because they weren't people. Okay, and by the way, yes, 3 years ago in the state of New York, the courts and the laws did agree that a woman couldn't be raped with a finger, but now that definition has changed too. In the state of New York and 34 other states. I want to ask you a question, because I don't think that this is really the way that you use the term. And I'm going to give a big old trigger warning to everybody watching, okay? Because this is definitely a pretty serious, heavy-hitting topic. Big trigger warning. The way that really terrible sexual predators who shouldn't be alive will sometimes rape newborns is not with their male member, because the female member of the newborn is too small and they'll use their fingers. When sexual predators do that, I call them child rapists. Do you?
That's a good question, and I think a lot of this question is an appeal to emotion. Not saying it's bad. I'm using that with the word I say appeal to emotion, meaning this is a horrible thing that we're even talking about. Glad you did the trigger warning, but you could just as easily call these people,
Are they
child.
rapists?
Yeah, you could say that. You could say, sexual predators too. You could say whatever
just to
word you
clarify,
wanted.
just to clarify, you agree that that is child rape, correct?
Okay, I'm gonna agree that.
Okay. Thank you.
And
for conceding.
and then you're gonna ask me what the difference is, and I'll try to explain it. Is that what you're gonna ask me?
You just, I appreciate you for conceding that you could rape somebody with your fingers. So now we understand why Trump is a rapist.
Yes. I think we should get off this topic because me asking you questions about what you're asking me is just gonna seem actually
it-
egregious.
Is it degenerate to support a rapist in a position of power?
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna concede yes, but not as degenerate as everything else I'm seeing from,
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what? You argue that being gay is more degenerate than being a rapist in a position?
No. It is degenerate to be a rapist, but when there's one thing here and six things on the other side, like you're still seeing quite a bit of degeneracy from Democrats as well. And in fact, I would still say more than.
Wait, so what did Kamala Harris do that was more degenerate than raping someone?
Hold on, I'm not using the word Kamala Harris or the name Kamala Harris because
that's who
she's
Donald
not
Trump was
president.
running
First
against.
of all,
That's who Trump
Yeah,
was
but
running
she didn't win
against.
though.
I know, because you voted against her, but I'm just saying in retrospect, can we agree that she was less degenerate than Trump?
As a candidate, because she's not president. Like, what are you asking?
That she was a less degenerate person than Trump.
I mean, I'll grant it because she has had no opportunity. Because she, as a president, she might have been degenerate because she did things in presidency that she wasn't able to because she's not president.
Wait. Even
Sure.
in consideration of the policy that she ran on implementing if she were to win the president. So even in consideration of what she would have done as president, was she more or less degenerate than
I think
Trump?
it's very degenerate to be pro-gay, pro-trans, and pro-abortion like she is. So no, she's pretty degenerate.
So what's more degenerate? Being pro-gay, pro-trans, and pro-abortion, or raping a woman? Which one of those two things is more degenerate?
Like, obviously, like that's a very bad action that he took.
Can you tell me
Making
which one of those
degenerate,
two
yes.
things is more degenerate?
But I mean, if you're passing bills that is unaliving children, that's just as I mean, it's going to be hard to say it's this one action he took very bad is more degenerate than watching millions and millions of babies be killed every year and passing law supporting it. I'm not gonna.
I want you to answer that question. Okay, Democrats in Congress who would vote for the recodification of Roe v. Wade on the federal level, are they more or less degenerate than a rapist? Genuinely, answer the question.
More? Are you talking about what? You know, being a. Again, I'm gonna say that action is more degenerate than non-action. Yes, it is a very degenerate, despicable action. However,
is it more degenerate? Is it more degenerate to vote for a policy that recodifies Roe v. Wade on the federal level, or to rape a woman? Which one of those two things is more degenerate?
Yeah, that's more degenerate. However, are you saying now that
So rape is more
Democrats could
degenerate?
get away with? Are you saying that Democrats now could get away with all types of degeneracy just because it doesn't stack up to raping somebody? It's okay?
Well, Dan, all that I'm pointing out here is you have hinged your position on arguing that the reason why you support Trump as president, even though he's destroying our country, even though he's killing 14 million people overseas over the course of the next 4 years, even though he's protecting rapists and pedophiles in the Epstein files, even though he's spreading lies about the nature of our elections and just throwing our country down the drain, destroying our economy, and even though he himself is a rapist, is because you think that the Democrats are more degenerate. And I just think that that is an absolutely ludicrous belief. It is absolutely insane to think that Kamala Harris, or really any Democrat that's ran for president in modern American history, is more degenerate than everything that I just described to be true of Trump. And by the way, if you want to argue...
We haven't even gotten to whether you think these things are degenerate, which I know your beliefs on them, but like, maybe you don't want to go
I don't
right,
think it's degenerate to be gay. I don't think it's degenerate to be trans. I don't think that it's degenerate to support legal access to abortion. I'd actually argue that you could have given me a good reason why we shouldn't support legal access to abortion, especially if you're a Christian.
Why we shouldn't support... I mean, what I've noticed in talking to you, even this conversation about abortion, is you don't actually talk about abortion. We talk about would it save more lives. We don't talk about whether we think that a fetus is a human life. We don't talk about when it's viable. We don't really talk about any of that
A fetus
stuff.
is a human life. Why should I value it?
I mean, why should you in the same way I think that you would value a 12-year-old human life? I'm not going to make them distinct in the fact that they're both valuable in the same way.
So your claim is that it's our species that makes us morally valuable. Because I would say that there's another difference between the fetus and the 12-year-old that explains why the 12-year-old is valuable, but the fetus isn't. That's because the 12-year-old possesses a capacity to intellectualize and the fetus does not. But you think it's our species, a common trait shared between the 12-year-old and the fetus, that makes both of them valuable.
Hold on a minute.
Why do you think it's our species that gives us moral value, Dan?
I can answer that, but can I ask you about what you said? The ability to intellectualize.
Feel free to ask me a clarifying question, Dan.
Okay, can 1-day-old infants outside of the womb intellectualize? And if not, are they valuable? Like, is that what makes them valuable?
I didn't say the ability to intellectualize. I said the capacity to intellectualize, and that emerges at 20 to 24 weeks in womb. So yes, a 1-day-old newborn has the capacity to intellectualize. I asked your
No, but
clarifying question.
I'm glad that you answered 23, 24 weeks. Is that your cutoff point? If it can, then you would say abortions past that should be illegal?
So I think that's my cutoff point for when I think that elective lethal abortions become morally wrong. But there's more concerns that I consider when we're talking about the law, such as if we were to implement this law, would it cause more harm or reduce harm? And I think that there's a perfectly clear argument that imposing abortion bans at any point would only increase harm because women really aren't getting elective lethal abortions in the 3rd trimester. But yet when we impose bans on elective lethal abortions in the 3rd trimester, it only makes it harder for women to get life-saving abortions in the 3rd trimester, which led to the mortality rate for pregnant women doubling in the state of Texas alone. That's a whole other argument. We're no longer concerning ourselves with abortion ethics, but we're rather talking about the pragmatic implementation of law and evaluating if empirically it increases harm or reduces harm. Okay, but I want you to answer the question I asked you that I asked you around 2 minutes ago. Okay, why do you think our species is what makes us morally valuable?
You mean in comparison to other species?
No, I'm asking you why you think the trait that makes you valuable, that makes me valuable, that makes a fetus valuable, is our species.
I think human life is intrinsically valuable. If you want to ask me why, I mean, I can appeal to God, but like I can try and make... Why? Because human life is intrinsically valuable, and I can say that we were made in the image of God. That if you want me to go apart from that, I can say I think we are the most valuable species there is, and I think that in itself is just worthy of not killing for most of the time. Just because
you just said
hold on, in what way?
Said the reason why our species gives us valuable is because our species is valuable. That's a circular argument.
Why is our species valuable? Fine, because we. Do you not think that being the highest of a certain order is a reason to be valuable and we shouldn't unalive it?
I don't know what you mean by highest. What do you mean by highest? Are you saying the most
greater
intelligent?
than all other species on this earth? And I
greatest
think that
within what
sense.
respect?
Most worthy of being kept alive at almost any cost.
Well, that's not telling me the respect in which you think that we're greatest in. This is once again just you finding another way to repackage
in everything.
your argument.
I mean, like, what
that
would
you
we
think
not
that
be
we,
greatest?
Well, one moment. You're just literally finding new ways to repackage your argument that it's our species that makes us morally valuable. So I asked you, why do you think it's the case that our species is the thing that makes us morally valuable? And then you say because it is morally valuable. And then you say because it's the greatest species. And then I ask you why we are the greatest species. And then you said because we're the most deserving of moral value. value. These are all just different ways to say the same thing, that you think it is our species that makes us morally valuable, and it's not giving me any explanatory power behind that claim in order to justify it.
Well, because we have. I think I cannot be sure. We are the only species with a soul and also with capability of high rationale reason, and because God made us morally valuable in this way.
Okay, so if the Kryptonians came down to Earth and we weren't the only species with the ability to reason at a high level, and there were more Kryptonians than humans, we'd no longer be the greatest species on Earth, would you then say that we're not deserving of the right to life?
Can you maybe I'm just ignorant. What's a Kryptonian?
It's Superman. I would assume that you've watched
Superman and
Superman.
Kryptonite. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. If you can point to me a different human species, I'll concede. Can you?
What?
Leave it to the gods to
Okay,
there is
wait,
no-
so if the
Kryptonians
Kryptonians
don't
were real
exist,
and they came to Earth, then you'd argue that we don't have the right to life?
Dean, they don't exist.
Why
This
not
is-
take
you-
a bite
you-
to
I mean, I get your
I know,
hypothetical.
that's why it's a hypothetical. So in this hypothetical, humans would not have the right to
For how
life.
much I paid, this fruit has to be real.
I mean, it's a hypothetical. If a square can be a circle, is it still a square? Like, no.
Well, you just gave me an example of a logically
Fly,
impossible
Pegasus,
hypothetical. It's not logically
fly.
impossible that super intelligent non-human aliens exist. Okay, just answer the question hypothetically.
No way
if
this works.
Kryptonians were real and they came to Earth, would humans still have the right to life? Because we'd no longer be the greatest species on the planet.
It did not work.
Well, okay, but you missed part of my answer when I said because God created
Rest in
us with this
peace.
intrinsic value. God did not create
Okay,
Kryptonians. I'd
so
still say no.
then
I'd
I
still
got
say
a
no.
so then it has nothing to do with being the greatest species. So you were just yapping when you said that. That was completely
Well,
meaningless.
no, that was just a truth bomb. That's just the truth. I mean,
But it
I
seemed like
can't
it was
back
completely
up.
irrelevant. It seemed like it was completely irrelevant to your view insofar as why you think that we have moral deservance. So it all reduces down to God. God makes us morally valuable. Are you a
No, but
Christian?
you believe that we have moral deservance too. But that's not what we're at. You believe it too.
Well, I don't believe
can
that we
prove
have
that.
moral deservance because of our species, my friend. So you, in other words, you think that our species has moral deservance because God gives it to us, correct?
That is true. I mean, God, if
Okay,
God
so
didn't
ultimately your view is rooted within the Christian Bible.
well, I am a Christian, so I have to.
So do you think in
say that
accordance
it
with
does
Christian
matter.
theology that some sins are worse than others, excluding blasphemy?
No, all sins are created equal. They're equal in God's eyes.
Okay, so should it be illegal to lie to your child about the existence of Santa Claus?
Illegal? What? Punished with like what? Like criminal stuff? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, there should be some type of like recourse or punishment for lying to your child about the existence of Santa Claus. We make it illegal. Should that be illegal?
No, because I think even in the Bible, it's like, are we not allowed to joke around and play games and have fun? I don't think that that's clear to me that that would be like even sinful to talk about Santa Claus, like and make that joke.
Do you agree that in Exodus, one of the 10 commandments is thou shalt not bear false witness?
Yes, and do
Do
you
you
really
agree that to
think
bear
that
false
when-
witness means to intentionally say something that is false?
Yes, and do you think that that's what's actually hold on? Let's have a good faith debate. Do you actually think that's what's happening when parents are like trying to like lie to their kids and like they're like
Yeah,
Santa
you
Claus
just
is
said it-
real?
you just said it
I'm
yourself.
lying to you.
Yeah, you just said it yourself. Yeah, that's an
It's a
example
joke. It's a
of a parent
game,
lying to your
Dean.
child.
It's a game.
Okay,
It's
so
a game,
lying.
Dean.
So where does the Bible say it's not wrong and it's not a sin to lie within a game?
What? You're so hold on.
Because that doesn't seem to be a moral belief like grounded within Scripture. That just seems to be a
So
moral
hold on,
belief
if you
grounded within
deceive
your
someone
your own
in a game
sins.
of soccer, faking to the left and lying and thinking you're going to go left when you're going to go right, lying and deceiving them that you're going to do one thing and doing another, is that also considered a sin? No.
I don't know. I don't know why you're asking me. You should ask that question to your priests, because keep in mind your moral foundation.
No, I'm sorry.
The Bible,
Did you
and mine
not
aren't.
know that? Do you know that Christians don't need priests? That's Catholicism. It's separate than Christianity. You did know that, right?
I don't care what you call the pastor your local church, regardless if you call them a pastor or a priest. I'm saying that you should speak with somebody that seems to have a better bearing of the Christian religion than yourself, instead of me when you ask that question, because I don't look at the Bible as my moral foundation.
Well,
How about this?
First of all, I don't believe you have. I don't believe
you don't think that lying is always wrong. So I just want to. I do. That's not true. So I just want to clarify.
What can
that
you
your
ground
claim
that
is-
in?
Well, I'll
can you
happily
ground
do
it?
that as soon as I'm done investigating your view. I can ground my
Go
moral
ahead.
foundation. That is true. But I'm in the middle of trying to investigate your view, and you're just trying to wiggle away.
Go ahead.
So how about you
Go
sit down
ahead.
and shut up and allow me to finish speaking? So you don't think it's always wrong to lie?
I think it is wrong to lie. Do you not see what I'm doing?
Can I just get a
using
clear
your
answer to my
example.
question here? Do you think it's always wrong to lie, or do you not think it's always wrong to lie?
Yes, I think it's a sin to lie.
Okay. Do you think that lying should be illegal in all scenarios?
No, hold on. I don't think lying should be illegal punishment with law, because I think there's a difference between moral law, what God is giving to us, and law that we humans impose. I don't
Okay,
think
Dan.
the
I
two
just
need to
wanted
be
an
the
answer.
exact
So
same.
the answer is no. Okay. So if lying shouldn't be illegal, then why should abortion be illegal, considering the fact that these two things are identically wrong to one another?
No, they're identically wrong in God's eyes, not human eyes.
Okay.
Why are you
and
smiling? Like...
I'm smiling because I'm about to fry you. So do you agree that God is perfect?
Yes.
Do you agree that God is always right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you disagree with God, then you're wrong.
If I disagree with God, am I wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, I'm wrong. Yes.
Okay, so you just said that, well, these two sins are identical in God's eyes, but not human eyes. Okay, well, then the human eyes are wrong by your own admission.
Do you think that we as humans should act to play God and make every single sin punishable by X amount of years in prison? And if not, we're not like doing the right thing to God in God's eyes? Like, what is your argument?
My argument is that in accordance with your standard of morality, you could give me no good reason to justify why you think one sin, such as abortion, should be illegal, yet another sin, such as lying, should not be illegal.
No, hold on. Because murder in humans' eyes, we shouldn't allow. We have to keep a society alive and functioning. If we're gonna go around murdering everybody, that cannot happen, right? Now,
Okay,
let's say
could
obviously.
I just please get your justification for the claim that one sin should be illegal, yet the other sin should not be illegal, even though you think that these two sins are identical? And I guess a better question would be, if you think that these two sins are identical, well, what difference between these two sins could possibly explain why one should be legal and the other should not, considering the fact that you think that they're literally identical?
I mean, even in the Bible, in Exodus, you citing Exodus, there is not, punishable by God. God oftentimes killed people because they broke his laws and stuff. But that was not every single time they lied in their room to their parents. He didn't just smite them down and kill them, right?
I appreciate you.
That didn't happen. So, are you saying that we need to be doing that in society, or if
I don't
not,
know.
we're not
Why are you asking me a question? I asked you a question.
You're not really
Dan.
letting me. I'm talking and trying to explain something, then you're cutting me off and going with these different tangents on the subject.
I want you to listen to me, Dan. I don't know why you are asking me a question, okay? Because I asked you a question, and I thought that questions are supposed to necessitate answers. So please give an answer to my last question.
Why is lying not illegal and abortion is?
I'm asking you, what standard could you possibly use to explain why you think that some sins should be illegal, yet other sins should not be illegal, if you admittedly think
so you're
that
asking
all
about
sins
you're
outside
asking
of
about the
blasphemy
law.
are identical?
I would say this is all sinful, but it's not all illegal. We're talking about laws that are made. God appoints lawmakers and stuff, and this is true. Every single even Trump and whoever's been president, God has allowed them to become such, and they make laws and stuff, and God gives free will and stuff. Does this still make these things are wrong? Lying? Yes. Abortion? Wrong? Yes. Some are going to be punished by criminal action. Some are not. That doesn't mean that.
You're not answering my question.
I am. Just because I don't answer in the way that you like.
No, I will literally explain to you how you did not answer my question. So my question was, if you think that all sins outside of blasphemy are identical, what framework can you use to justify why some should be illegal and others shouldn't? And then you responded by saying, A, God appoints our leaders. That's problematic on its own, but completely irrelevant to the question that I asked you. Just me appreciating
It's not on me to be able to...
And then B, the second thing that you said is, well, some are illegal and some aren't. Okay, well, I didn't ask you if some sins are illegal and if some sins are not illegal. No, that's not the question that I asked you. The question that I asked you was rather, okay, what framework can you use to explain why you think some sins should be illegal and why you think some sins should not be legal if you think that all sins are identical?
Because just because there's some sins, and by the way, identical in God's eyes does not mean identical in man's eyes. We need to keep a society alive,
but you
running,
admit
functioning,
that
and
if you
healthy.
disagree with God, you're wrong.
Yeah, hold on. In what sense am I wrong? Okay, wrong as in, if I want to lie and God says don't, I'd be wrong. Yeah. But that's that's as far as that goes, really. But I had a question for you, and you're not answering my question. I'll answer all your questions. Why are you
still have not
you told
answered
me you
my
would
last
answer my question. I've been trying to answer your question, Dean.
No, you didn't. You didn't tell me the framework that you use that explains why you think some sins should be illegal and other sins shouldn't. For everybody watching, has Dan down here explained to us the framework that he could justifiably use to impose the Christian theology onto a legal system?
Is going to give you the answer other than no?
Well, you haven't told us the framework, the Christian framework that you could justifiably use to explain why you think some sins should be legal and others shouldn't. You've just kind of waffled. You just are saying,
hold on, even if I'm unable
you're just waffling.
If I
you're unable to
concede,
answer.
hold on. if I concede and tell you I'm unable to answer why I think lying shouldn't be illegal and abortion should, what would that give you? What would that give you?
What that gives me is a demonstration that we can't apply Christian theology to our criminal justice system because it's completely incoherent due to the fact that the very nature of our criminal justice system necessitates. One moment, Dan. I'm going to mute you. The reason why that answer would inform us that we can't apply Christianity to our criminal justice system is because what that tells us is that the very nature of the criminal justice system necessitates very granular nuance in the ability to distinguish the levels of wrongness that exist for actions in order to justify the claim that some wrong actions should necessitate punishment, and then within the realm of the wrong actions that some should necessitate punishment, some should necessitate more punishment than others. Okay? But see, the Christian Bible does not give us that nuance. You said it yourself. The Christian Bible, in fact, gives us no nuance on the wrongness of sins, but you rather believe that the takeaway from the Bible is that all sins are identically wrong. We cannot presume that all actions are identically morally wrong to legislate a criminal justice system. If that pre-assumption is made in the formation and legislation of a criminal justice system, well, then the criminal justice system literally cannot function.
Don't you try anything.
And that's why the Christian worldview cannot be applied to our law. And if the Christian worldview cannot be applied to our law, then you cannot justify supporting pro-life legislation found within the Christian worldview. You have to have a secular argument for why you think that abortion should be illegal.
Dean, we can appoint, I mean, like, in a Christian society, whatever, you could appoint people, you know, that we would hope, you know, would make laws that would reflect our Christian values. Now, if they somehow, how would we enforce this? I have no idea. If they somehow try to make it illegal to lie, like whatever, and get a fine if you lie, I mean, would I think that this is like somehow even enforceable? We make laws that we think that we can enforce, first of all. This is not an enforceable law.
So if it was enforceable, would you support it?
If it was enforceable, I mean, I'm trying to get, like, move the debate on because you're really not letting me ask you any questions. So I'd say I could support it, sure.
You're fucking crazy.
Okay, well, you have no moral framework to ground any of what you're saying. So what's your moral framework? Why is what you're saying correct? Besides your preferences, Dean.
Well, I don't think that morality is derivative of my preferences, Silikius. I think that morality is objective.
You have a preference. Other than what is it grounded in?
I think that it's ultimately grounded within the nature of reality itself.
What does that mean?
Sure. So I think that ethics or morality is ultimately just a study of how humans can excellently survive well. Okay? And I think that the standard for what determines excellent human survival is very objective. Okay? In the same way that we could objectively determine if a flower is flourishing in its growth or decaying in its growth, and how we make that flower flourish or decay, i.e. giving it some sunlight, maybe giving it some water, or taking it out of the sunlight and depriving it of water, I would say the same thing is true about excellent human survival. Okay? We have inputs and outputs. We know that when people are depressed, when people are sad, when people aren't flourishing, that is not excellent human survival. And that's what we'd classify as bad. And on the inverse, when humans are flourishing, that is excellent human survival. So the goal of ethics is just to describe the guidebook that we could use to drive excellent, flourished human survival. And it's completely rooted within this objective standard of what are the outcomes in reality of the excellence of human survival.
As you say, sir.
So outcome equals morally right or wrong, in a sense?
So don't confuse outcome for equals morally right or wrong in a utilitarian sense, but more so in a virtue ethics sense. So I'm saying that when you live by particular virtues, because I'm a virtue ethicist, that it produces preferable outcomes of human flourishment.
Are these virtues just what most of the population would agree with in any given time? For example, abortion could change one way or the other.
They're the virtues that promote human flourishment. And we could gauge if they are or are not promoting human flourishment by the objective outcomes of human survival. That's why I think that morality is objective.
But in this abortion debate, if you're saying that, like, less people would die and stuff, have better access in banning abortion, then you would suddenly be okay with banning abortion because it gives some sort of better human outcome. Is that, like, what you were saying, in a sense?
No, also not true. Because I think that the nature of excellent human survival is referential to human subjects, and I don't think that you're a human subject until 20 through 24 weeks. So the fetus that exists before that point is not the type of thing that is a human subject or has moral deservance. So you're not doing anything wrong by killing it. But do you understand now how, yes, I absolutely do have a consistent, objective moral framework as an agnostic, not non-Christian?
Would you hold? I'm using a hypothetical. Would you hold the same perspective, the same view, if the vast majority of humans on Earth were serial killers and unalivers, and they decided that their moral framework just went against what you say, and everything that you're saying is just wrong, and you're one of the only people that believe that? Would you still have a moral, objective sense that they would be wrong what everyone was doing if you were the only person not doing it?
Who cares what other people think? Okay, that way of living as a serial murderer does not promote excellent human survival. So it's wrong. Because my standard of morality is not rooted within what other people think. It's rooted rather within what promotes excellent human survival. Just me.
Would you say that there's another perspective? Like, my view might promote excellent human survival, and so does yours. You're saying yours is correct because
makes you look like a gnome.
Because your view does not actually promote the most excellent human survival.
But it's like it was made for me.
And then I have an argument to demonstrate why your views lead to bad outcomes.
I don't know about worship.
I mean,
but they too
okay,
call
so
me
I mean, we can keep going with abortion.
So do you accept that I have a consistent? Do you accept that I have a consistent moral framework? Because you made the claim that I don't. So do you concede that I do have a consistent moral framework?
I think that I'm not smart enough to debate it and saying that you don't. But I'm not gonna. I mean,
did I do that?
I still don't think that you actually do. I'm not sure if abortion actually promotes excellent human survival. Do you really think abortion?
Yes, it actually does. Yes. So when women and girls access abortion, they're enacting upon very important virtues.
Do more or less humans survive if you abort them? More or less human surviving. You're talking
Once again, when I say excellent human
less...
survival, this is referential to human subjects, and fetuses are not human subjects.
You just agreed that they're humans, though.
Yeah, they're
and they
human
would not be
beings
surviving if you aborted them.
You're just confused. So they're human beings in a biological sense, but they're not human subjects in a philosophical sense. I don't think that all human beings have moral deservance, nor do I think that all human beings are human subjects. Scarlet, thank you for the diamond shot. Like, I'll give you a really good example of this. Dead bodies are human beings. Yeah, they're just dead humans. But can we agree that dead human beings are not human subjects, they're not people?
Hold on. Human being bodies are not humans, right?
Okay, so then you think what makes a human is something more than just our biology, which is completely compatible with my view too.
Well, being alive,
when I say excellent human survival, you know, we're referencing more than just our biology. We're referencing the existence of a subject, we're referencing the existence of an actor, we're referencing the existence of an agent, and a fetus is none of those things.
I mean, I think being alive, being able to demonstrate the scientific qualities that one is alive is valuable as a human. And
So do you feel
will
murder before blood
eventually...
on Brendan patients?
Oh man, how many times have you asked that question to people? You have a counter on that yet? Because you asked that so many times.
Yeah, quite a bit. Is that murder, sir?
Is it murder to when when you're brain dead, you're not alive.
Okay, so they're biologically alive. That's what the function of the life support is. It's to keep their blood oxidized, to keep their blood pumping, to keep their organs biologically alive.
So I mean, I just don't think that this is not alive in the same sense that a fetus would be alive.
So what's the difference in the sense that they're alive? And what sense of life matters? I thought that the sense of life that matters to you is just merely biological life.
Well, I don't believe that death row people should be alive. They're biologically alive too. I'm not going to say there's no nuance. Obviously,
wait, people in death row are alive in a different sense than you and me? That's not true.
No, I'm talking about some people do deserve to die. I didn't say don't kill humans ever. Is that what you're thinking that I'm saying? Don't kill humans ever?
Then what is your claim? Is it don't kill innocent humans ever?
Yeah, well, it would be about innocence in a sense. It would have to be.
Oh, okay. So is your argument that it's always wrong to kill innocent human beings?
I think I'm trying to not jump ahead with I know where you're going with this, but
I just want to know what moral principle are you operating off of when you form and yield the conclusion that it's wrong to kill a fetus? I just want to know, dude.
I'm sorry, it's hard for me to get away with this. Like, let's promote excellent human survival and abort all the abort babies we don't want because they're not humans. It's really hard for me to get past that because
that's not what I said. You're just equivocating on the use of the word human. When I say that we need to promote excellent human survival, what I'm saying is that we need to promote flourished human survival for human subjects, and I don't think that a fetus is a human subject because it lacks the capacity to intellectualize. In the same way that we both agree that brain dead patients are not human subjects, even though they're biologically alive. But I want you to answer my question. I'm going to kick you. Let's see here. Answer it very clearly. Are you operating off of the moral principle that it's always wrong to kill innocent human beings, or you derive your conclusion that it's wrong to kill a fetus? Or is there some other moral principle that you're operating off of? I just want to know what moral
I'll
principle
go with
you're
yes.
operating
I
off.
go with yes. It's wrong to kill innocent human beings. Yes.
Okay, phenomenal. So if a woman is going to die unless she kills a fetus in her uterus, would it be wrong to kill the fetus in her uterus to save her life?
You would have to pick one or the other, or they both die. Is that what the situation is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, appeal to
Could you just tell me if it's wrong to kill that fetus, please?
Come on.
If she's going to die if you don't, and if she dies anyways if she does, then no, you can kill it in that situation.
Okay, and that's not wrong. Is that fetus innocent?
Move now.
Yes. Are you saying
awesome. We just falsified your moral principle that it's always wrong to kill innocent human beings.
Okay, so you gave me a one in. You give me one exception. Again, is that right?
Moral principles don't have exceptions.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. I'm going to ask you one question. I hope that you at least appreciate. I'm trying my best to answer your questions. You know, you do this every single day. I do not. Here's the question, though. So abortion should be okay and allowed, and we're trying to, advance human survival. But if you abort, before 24 weeks, it's not actually. What if every single pregnancy was aborted? Would we even have human excellence in the future?
Oh no, we wouldn't. If every single pregnancy was aborted, we wouldn't exist.
So then how would we, hold on, you would still be in support of this, by the way. If every single pregnant who was you would be cool with that. You would have to be logically consistent. Then how would we continue excellent human survival?
Oh, well, we wouldn't be able to. Excellent human survival would be over.
But then would you actually, you'd be
Scarlet, thank you so much for the diamond gun. I really do appreciate you. No, I wouldn't. We could just give the same issue to you, but on the inverse. Do you think it's wrong for people to be celibate?
No.
If everybody alive was celibate, would there still be humans on Earth in 100 years?
Hold on, but my claim wasn't anything.
if everybody alive was celibate, would there still be humans on Earth in 100 years?
No, but was that my claim?
Okay, perfect. So, but you still don't think it's wrong for everybody to be celibate?
No, I do think they should be celibate. They can if they want to be. Yeah. I never mentioned anything about continuing human life like you did.
Well, I never mentioned anything about continuing human life.
You
I
were
mentioned
talking
something
about excellent human survival.
No, you're just confused. The necessity of morality for humans has nothing to do with the continuation of the human species, but all to do with how the human species, while it exists, can live in the most flourished way, in the most flourished way possible for human subjects.
But they will not flourish if they cannot exist, and I'm proving that to you. And you're saying, "Oh, you're right, they wouldn't exist." But that's actually what you're kind of wanting.
Listen. I agree that if a human doesn't exist, that human won't be able to flourish. But we don't care about the potential future flourishment of a person that doesn't exist yet. We care about the potential future or current flourishment of a person that already does exist.
No, I agree. I'm just saying.
Right. That's why I don't think it's wrong for people to be celibate. You're attempting to misrepresent my view in a way that would lead me to the conclusion that therefore it is wrong to be for people to be celibate. And in fact, we should just have forced rape factories to produce more humans, since the only good in the world that does exist is the continuation
I hope you're
of
not
the
putting
species.
those words in my mouth because I never said that. I never said that.
No, I'm telling you that would be true under your false misrepresentation of my view.
No, I'm not misrepresenting.
Yes, you are misrepresenting my view. I'll describe to you once again. My view does not necessitate, that there needs to be as many humans as possible that live flourished lives. No. My view necessitates that the human people that do exist should live flourished lives.
Then I set off to retrieve it.
Listen, I know I'm not supposed to do this in a debate, but I know that I'm very heavily disliked amongst all your commenters, even though I have somehow 25,000 in gifts. But I would wonder, because I have a daughter, a stepdaughter that I used to have through a past marriage, and she has an account when she makes cute videos, they're gonna now say I follow mine.
Okay, I just kicked him. We're gonna move on to the next guest. I was pretty sure that he was in the middle of saying that he has a stepdaughter that he follows, and that's why he quote-unquote follows a minor. I guess I'll just finish his sentence there because, it's a fair thing for him to bring up or whatever. But we are gonna move on to the next guest, folks. Only do hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We're gonna go ahead and hop back into the debates. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be MAGA. So I guess that conversation that we've had for the last 53 minutes or so has been a little bit more intricate than most conversations that we do have. Than most conversations that we do have. I think it was maybe even a little bit too intricate in order for that guy to track. But let me tell you guys exactly why I decided to continue that conversation with deploying concepts that are maybe a little bit more intricate than what we usually discuss on live. That's because everybody. There's some shithead that made a TikTok saying that I'm not a real debater because I don't explore philosophical concepts in a genuine nature. So I thought that we would explore like pretty like intricate, more nuanced philosophical concepts than we usually touch on our live stream, just to prove that idiot wrong. So fuck that guy, whoever made that video. Hey, welcome in, Pennsylvania. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
All right, welcome in, man. Everybody in the comment section is saying that I shot somebody in Colorado. GEO employee arrested in shooting of protester outside Aurora ICE facility. A woman was shot Thursday night after a protest outside of the Immigration Customs Enforcement Detention Center in Aurora. An employee of the GEO group, which operates the facility, was arrested in connection with the shooting. Holy fuck. Damn! Oh my god. Okay, so luckily the victim is alive. They're in the hospital. Seems like they're gonna make it. So a woman reportedly took a picture of an employee's car and then got into a verbal altercation with the employee before walking away. The employee then drew his personal firearm and fired one shot in the direction of the woman.
And that new eagle bearer pushed sweet Nikki
Fucking
off a cliff
idiot.
with a general
What an asshole.
Nonsense.
What a fucking asshole, dude.
And we will now
Holy
prove
shit.
to you
That's crazy.
immortal.
That's crazy. I'm so happy that the employee already got arrested. Like, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Enough.
If you want to know
Prepare
why,
yourself,
if you want to
Locrians.
know why
You
that
must
employee
choose to stand
felt
and
comfortable
fight, or let the pirates
shooting
invade
and
destroy your
killing,
homes.
trying to kill
This'll be
somebody
easier than I thought. Now, light me on fire.
because they got
What?
into a
It's
verbal
okay.
altercation
This
with them.
magical helmet.
It's because of
The
people
other
like
eagle
Alex
bearer
Preddy.
told me it will protect me.
Okay, it's
You light
like
the
it's
fire,
because of people
the
like
people will
Keith
see
Porter,
immortal,
Renee Good,
and then they will eat
Lorenzo,
out of our
or the guy
hands.
who's shot and killed in Maine. Okay, it's because in so many other scenarios we could identify ICE agents
I'm not
murdering
lighting you on
citizens,
fire.
and then the
How
government
dare
defending the ICE
the last
agents.
eagle bearer humiliate-
So now this is
I
emboldened
will not
employees
be
of these ICE detention facilities
Are you insane?
to try to murder people because they don't like them.
My performance is more than some trick.
That's what you get. That's what you get with a president like Trump. Pennsylvania, give me one more moment here to thank a couple people. Katie, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo. Says, do you have any advice for a young person that wants to grow politically? I'll be 18 soon and I struggle with my voice. What's the next step besides research for me to hopefully be intelligent enough to one day do the work you do? Well, Katie, I would say try to get really good at talking to people. You do that by talking to people. And once again, just make sure that you are very well researched. And make sure that you're also reading literature and exploring different political takes that maybe you disagree with. You know what I mean? Just so you know why you disagree with them. I'd say that's really good advice. Lindsay, thank you for the $10. Who says, that was the best way I've heard, quote unquote, just not to be a shit person explain in my life. That needs to be written down, dude. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that basically is. That basically is the reduction of my views on morality, is that you just should liking Charlie Kirk as a person. I think that Charlie Kirk...
Well, thank you for your time.
Do you accept that that's child torture? Forcing bodily and mental stressors, pains, traumas onto a 9-year-old for 9 months, and then possibly fissuring their vagina to their anus in the process of childbirth, or giving them a C-section where you have to take out like 6 of their internal organs just to get the fetus out? Like, is that torturous? And if that is torturous, well then it's torturous for the child, making it child torture. So. He would indeed, under that view, support child torture. What are your thoughts? He left? Okay. You know, actually, I kind of do like it when the guests leave. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I like it when the guests leave, because that tells me that they know I'm right. Techno, do you support Trump?
Yeah, Jimmy's driving so hard.
Let's get the next guest up here. That's pretty good. All right, here we go, guys. Let's get the next guest connected. We got Lucas Vance connecting over on PayPal. Miss Kathy, thank you for the $10. Who says, did you hear about the ICE agent who got caught on camera pissing at a playground? Throw him on the sex industry registers list, dude. Throw him on the list, Kathy. Throw him on the list. If they were within 500 feet of a child, throw them on the sex offenders list. Let's fucking do it, Kathy. Same thing to you, Lily. Thank you for the $5. I really appreciate you. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes.
How old are you, Lucas?
18.
I'm pretty sure I just like really butchered me saying that we should throw that ICE agent on the sex offenders registry, but I'm sure that you guys understood what I meant to say. Sure, what year are you born in?
Sorry, what?
What year are you born in, dude?
Huh?
What year are you born in, dude?
2008. 2008? Are you deaf?
Whoa, Lucas, what's your fucking problem? calm down. Yikes, dude. You're in a bad
Because I
mood
just
today.
said it. Yeah, because of sissy boys like you that exist.
Oh, I'm a sissy boy. What makes me a sissy boy, Lucas?
You're back just in time.
And then
Nikki?
you're
I heard she's
attitude.
trained a stallion.
What about
for
my
her.
attitude?
Feminist. I mean, not feminist, like very emo.
You meant to
like.
say
Just
feminine. There you
She
go.
thought your horse was
What about my
Pegasus
attitude is
and
feminine,
rode
Mr.
it right
Lucas?
off the cliff.
Just out of
What?
curiosity. Nothing wrong
Alright.
with it.
We
Just
don't
curious.
need horses to fight if we have weapons.
High,
How many has
a
Calipides
high
made?
pitch voice.
A high-pitched voice.
And
Okay, I don't
just
think that I have a
Calipides
particularly high-pitched
had an
voice, but I mean, hey, if I do,
What kind of
what's the
accident?
problem
The
with that?
really
Are you,
bad
so you're
kind.
telling me that you just kind of get mad when
Didn't
you see
some
men with
stone
high-pitched
rocks.
voices?
He walked right into them and
Enough.
Because you
Without
told me that
weapons,
you're
we're
upset
doomed.
Yeah,
because
so
of
annoying.
feminine boys. Like, it's annoying.
we haven't talked about Ajax yet.
So
Did you
why
fire
is
him?
the tone of my voice annoying, Lucas?
Ajax had this helmet that he thought would make him immortal.
just this.
And
You could say mine is. I wouldn't really care.
Is it more or less than
Tell me
annoying
about
than
it.
like
I
raping
would ask
someone?
literally
Because you're like, oh
anyone
yeah, I
else.
totally support
But
Trump,
what
the
choice do I
rapist, as
have?
president. But dude, I could
need
never support you
everyone
because of
with
your
a
high,
blade
because of your
fighting
high-pitched
with me.
voice.
You can at least fight, can't you?
Well, he's not. First of all.
Oh, he is. First of all, that's what a
Let's
court
go.
proved. A unanimous
Not a
jury
lot
of
of
9,
people
including a
would have
Trump
been
supporter,
honest
and
with me
5
the way
appeals
you
courts
were.
leading to the
I respect
Supreme
that.
Court
I just hope
accepting the
there's still a
verdict.
chance we can
But I'm
make
actually
this
going to put you on
right.
I will
pause,
do
little bro.
everything I
Got to
can
thank a
to
couple
save these
people for
people.
supporting the Femboy. Thank you, Alexis, for the $10. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Miss Sarah, thank you for the $25 dono over on PayPal. Let's get 250 Sarah W's. Sarah with the 25 bucks says, this Dean, that first call was hard to listen to. I had to turn it off. I was essayed in a bathroom by a man with the use of his fingers. I fought hard against him to prove that he raped me and won. Sending you a hug for all that you do for people who went through so much like me. I'm so sorry to hear that you went through that, Sarah, and I'm so happy that you won your case. I appreciate you for the $25. Do show some love to Sarah down below in that comment section. Thank you so much. Same thing to Kennedy. Thank you so much for the $10.
Ow.
Let's get...
Ow.
Oh, you're mad at Kennedy for sending me $10?
Ow. Very.
Oh, are you just mad that she didn't
Ow.
send it to you?
Ow.
Oh, are you gonna cry? How about I actually send you that $10 so you could run down to Target and buy a tissue box for the tears? Show some love to Kennedy in that chat for the $10. And same thing to Nicole. Thank you so much for the $50.
Just heard
Thank
my
you so much for the
voice.
love, Nicole. Let's get 500 Nicole W's down below. Thank you so much. Shut up. Thank you for the $50, Nicole. Let's get 500 Nicole W's. Nicole says that the FBI revised their definition of rape to include penetration, no matter how slight, of the vagina or anus with any part of the body. Yes, they did. That's the current federal and most state laws, that rape is penetration with anything, including the fingers. Thank you for that, Nicole. Same thing to Rachel. Thank you for the $42 dono on PayPal. Let's get another 400 Rachel W's. That is so kind of you. Rachel says, it's my birthday today.
God, Rachel,
Number
you
44.
brainwashed.
Today, thank you so much for standing up for women. You're amazing. Keep it up. Well, thank you, Rachel. Happy birthday. Show some massive love to Rachel in the chat for her birthday. Can you say happy birthday, Lucas?
I don't want to crush you.
Say it, Lucas. Say it.
Oh, what
Say
did
it.
you do? Send a bazooka at me? Send a bazooka.
Why are you so weird? You're just talking weird, dude. You're just like talking a little bit weird, Lucas. I don't know what it is about the way that you're talking. It's just weird. You just said that weird.
Just had some hot sauce.
Yeah, you're weird. I'm gonna kick you and move on to the next guest. I do really appreciate you guys so much for the love over on PayPal. We have a couple other people to thank. Let's go to get the next guest up here, though. And Miss SJ. This maybe came in around 45 minutes ago. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for the $100 donation on PayPal. SJ, you are so fucking awesome. I'm very, very grateful for you. Let's get 1,000 SJWs in that chat. Thank you, seriously, from the very bottom of my heart. That is so above and beyond. I don't deserve a penny of that. SJ with 100 says, hey, just wanted to send some love. Miss you the past couple of days. Just know that you always have a friend in your corner. Always have nothing but love for you and yours. Oh, well, thank you so much, SJ. You know that I really do love you. You are awesome. Show some massive love to SJ down below in that comment section. She's been supporting us for such a long time, and I'm very, very grateful for you. Huge shout out to SJ down below, the absolute goat. Jimmy Sellers, do Sports Rep.
Yeah, do we got a problem, Femboy?
All right, Jimmy. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you do happen to be that guy. I'd really appreciate that. Welcome into Sport Trump. What up, man?
Yeah, I
Sport
do.
Trump. How old are you?
I'm old enough.
Old enough. And how old is that?
You know, it's old enough.
It's old enough. And how old is that?
Above age.
Above age, and how old is that?
Pretty old.
I'm pretty old, and how old is that?
I already said pretty old.
Yeah, but how old is that?
You're kind of pissed me off now, right?
Okay, and how old is that?
And by the way, I do know what a femboy is.
You fought
I'll
well.
be saying that in the chat.
A femboy, and how old is
Forget
that?
what happened before. We're
Pretty
alive
old,
because
man.
of you.
And how old is that? How old is pretty old? How old are you?
Of age.
Of age? How
Don't
old is
thank
that?
me. Just pay me.
You mercenaries are all the same.
Of
We
age.
agree.
Here. What a weirdo.
Now I need to find my
Vanilla
I can
Elliot,
help.
do you support
I
Trump?
found this note on the pirate
Yeah.
leader.
How old are
They
you?
owe him a...
Making invasion easier.
What
Okay,
will
what
you
year
do
were
when
you
you...
born in?
I'll think of something.
2007, January 2nd.
Okay, sounds good. Linz, thank you for the Guardian. Here, give me one moment to thank 3 people, then the mic, the floor yours. Riley, thank you for the $25 on PayPal. He says, I love everything that you do. You're amazing. Can you say hi to Alex for my boyfriend? Hi, Alex. I really hope that you two are still watching. Thank you for the $25, Riley. Show some love to the GOAT. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Abby with 14 Canadian dollars says, did you see Trump's post about the Canadian wildfires today? I did. Apparently, he's going to be suing Canada because of the smoke. Jesus fucking Christ. Just what a disaster, man. Over on Super Chat, thank you so much, Chesters, for the $50, who says, thank you, Dean, for always fighting the good fight, for throwing facts and doing what is right. Elbows up for myself and the family fans in Canada. Well, thank you, Chesters. You are awesome. Let's get 500 Chesters W's. Shout out to you and shout out to Canada. I really do appreciate you so much for the love and support. And Mommy Steve with the $20, who says, I love watching your streams. Get a shout out my boyfriend. His name is ASA. Well, Asa, I would assume that's your name, ASA. Huge shout out to you. I really appreciate you. And thank you so much, Steve, for the $20. And I'm really sorry to hear that about your mom. Seriously, Steve. As well as D1, thank you for the $10. She says, here for the thigh-high socks for the Finboy. You all need to fucking quit it, dude. Y'all need to quit it, man. Alrighty. A couple other people to thank. I'll weave them into the debates. Go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump, please, and thank you.
I support Trump because of the employment rates, the strong labor markets, and the strong wage growth.
Okay. Wow. So the unemployment rate is higher today than when Biden left office. The labor market is weaker today than when Biden left office. And wage growth is growing at a smaller rate today than when Biden left office. This is easy.
Before the COVID-19 pandemic, the U.S. unemployment rate was 3.5%, the lowest it's been in 50 years.
Also not true. It was 3.4% in August of 2023. This is really easy for me now.
4.2% is the current unemployment rate.
Yeah, up 0.7% from when Biden left office. Really easy for me. I'm gonna out chat GPT your ass, dude. I'm gonna out chat GPT your ass. You're cooked, buddy. What's that?
Labor force participation rates were 61.8%.
Are you saying that's now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, lower than what it was under Biden because we had more Americans working. The unemployment rate was lower. There was less layoffs, and there was more jobs.
Black and Hispanic unemployment reached record lows.
Under Trump in his first term. You're referring to what was it? 4.4% in 2019. We got that down to 4.1% in 2023.
Labor market has cooled with comparing to the rapid hiring after the pandemic.
Yeah, the labor market cooling is a bad thing. All that's saying is that the labor market is growing at a slower rate, which is true. We added 181,000 jobs to the economy in 2025 under Trump. Meanwhile, we added 2.2 million jobs to the economy in 2024 under Biden.
Wage growth grows about 3.8% each year peak in 2022.
Yeah, and who's president in 2022?
Biden?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. So the growth of wages peaked under Biden.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Do you want to take a moment and give ChatGPT my responses to see what you should say next?
Should I?
No.
The actual
eagle
bearer.
Okay. Let's go ahead and move on to the next guest. Only opposite side of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that's what Donald J. Trump is president. Only do opposite side of the queue if you are here for debate, everyone. We got Miss Carol
Despite
loaded up into the
everything you
box
tried to
right
do,
now.
our bonus is
Bravo.
safe.
Thank you so much
And
for
I
the
cleaned up the
$10
mess you
over
made.
on Super Chat. He
What
says,
a
Dean, what did you do?
glorious
Freddie, I know
mess
you
it
did something. They've been
was.
missing for days. Freddie has been
When the
missing for
pirates
days, and I'm not
paid me to
necessarily mad
soften
about it.
Faust's
Sorry, thank you for the $10. He
I
says,
didn't
us humans
think
are a
it
plague on
would
this
be
great
so
planet.
easy.
We are
People
a
are
mass
dead
extinction
because
event
of
in
you.
progress, and we're making this
I
planet
didn't
uninhabitable.
kill
We are not that great. Banning abortion
But
guarantees are
you did.
banning abortion
We make a
guarantees
great
are
team that way. I steal
extinction.
some tools, or
Oh,
blow
Sarith, I
up an
appreciate
old
you for the
man's
$10.
forge. Send
Welcome in,
some
Carol. Do you
young
support Trump?
idiot into bandit-infested mountains. Lose
18,
a
July
general's
2nd, 2008.
steed.
I don't know if I believe you. You sound really young.
Watch you
I just have a
turn
high
it
voice,
into
trust.
pure
I'm not going to ask to see it, but do you have a driver's license?
The fact that Mega Chris
not
and the
with me, no.
pirates both
I'm not
paid
going to
you
ask to see
is
it. I'm
just
just
a
asking you if you
Oh.
have one.
Everyone pays
Yes.
to hear
Okay,
lies.
so if you're driving
They
down
want
a road and there's a dotted yellow line next to a solid yellow
I'm
line in the middle of the road,
impressed. Even
and
I
you're
don't
on
play
the
both
side of
sides
the
like
dotted
that.
yellow line, what does that mean for you?
Even more impressive.
That you can turn.
You never thought about it.
Alrighty. You have a
What
good rest of
it
your
would
day.
be like
Let's go and hop
to
down.
be
Let's
with
go and
the
hop on to the
evil
next guest.
bearer.
Only to hop inside of the queue. If you are an
You're
American
not-
adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Let's go to get the next guest. Alan connected to the live stream. Here we go, everyone. Here we go, everyone. Here we go, folks. Full band, appreciate you for the
But we should join
$20
forces.
over on Super Chat, who says,
have a
even
ship.
if there is a
The
God, the
address
morality
there.
it espouses is
Think
subject
of
to that
the
God's mind, which makes it
carnage
subjective.
left in our wake.
Objective morality is
We
not
would
true,
be
even if you believe in God.
unstoppable.
No, you're actually
I'm
right,
glad
Full
we
band.
agree.
That is a very sound argument. Very, very sound argument. There's no good response that I've ever heard from a theist on that. Thank you so much for the $20. Let's get 200 W's for them. Same thing with you, Reverend. Thank you for the $20 as well. Let's get 200 Reverend W's. And Full Band with another $20.
Come do some.
Whoa, is this like an invite to the
Come
basement?
do some. How about that?
How about, yeah, you want to do some Valorant in the
You're-
basement
you're
like
not
you've been doing for the
5'9",
last
buddy.
25 years? Come do some? You know, the one thing I could help you do is to get you out of that goddamn gaming chair, little bro. My goodness, that would be a task. That would be a task for sure. I mean, he's probably at this point just like materially glued to the chair. His skin has just become one with the chair. That's kind of what happens when you don't move for 15 years.
Dan, I've got a question. Are you ready for it?
Are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah, Jimmy's mom is so happy.
All right, only hop inside of the queue if you are here for debate. We got Totally Not Kobe coming up. We got a couple people who are very angry today. Hey, welcome in, Colby. Do you support Trump?
Dean, okay, no.
Okay, I hope you have a good rest of your day, Colby. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Trust Me JC loading up in the box. African, thank you so much for the $200 on Super Chat. Holy fuck, African, that is so much money. Thank you so much. That is genuinely ridiculous. You have been supporting me very, very much recently, and just know that I really appreciate you. That is so much money, African. Thank you so much. Let's get 2,000 African W's down below in that chat for the $200 donation. I am very, very, very grateful for you. Huge shout out to African down below in that chat. I mean, that is genuinely fucking insane, and like the best way possible, by the way. Thank you so much for the love and support. African with the $200 says, guess I can't eat this month. Well, I do appreciate you so much for the love, African. Please do show some love to African down below in the chat. Oh my goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is very, very kind of you. Huge shout out to African. And then same thing to Dell. Thank you for the $50 on Super Chat. Let's get 500 Dell W's, who says, already got groceries today. Give Momo some scratchies from chat. Well, I appreciate you, Dell. It's good to see you again. Thank you so much, African and Dell. Show some massive, massive love to African and Dell down below. JC, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
No, everybody go follow this political account.
Kim, thank you for the $30 on Venmo, who says, I wish the abortion debates would also address the life, mental well-being, and ability of the mother to raise a child. That is a really big concern for sure. In areas that have banned abortion, we just see significantly worse off outcomes for the parents and the child because of exactly that. Thank you so much for the $30, Kim. You're awesome. 300 Kim W's. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
So I actually have a question, Dean. Can I ask about it?
Sorry, we're here for debates. I heard an is, if you're going to ask me about Israel. Fuck Israel. All you need to know is that Israel's terrible. Let's go to get the next guest meal loaded in. Vanessa, thank you for the $20. Who says, hey, nephew, no, it's just vibes. Keep it the good shit, love and light. Good to see you, Vanessa, love and light. Hope you've been well. I really do appreciate you for the $20 as per usual and hope that you're enjoying the streams as per usual. Janaea, thank you for the $25. Who says, I hope you're doing okay today. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I was pretty shaken up yesterday, but we're doing better today. I appreciate you for the $25, Janaea. Show some love to Janaea. Welcome in, Haley. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
What year are you born in?
2000.
Yeah, cool, dude. Have like 3 people to thank, then I'll be all caught up, then you're good to go. Rodney, thank you for the $10. Who says, quick question. Fucking weirdo. Waffle, thank you for the 10. Oh, thank you, Nazir, for the $10.
Dean, I love you. I love you so much. I didn't have any money to...
Oh, then you're against your party.
No, because my party doesn't think that either.
They're holding up the SAVE Act right now, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
Because the SAVE Act is voter suppression, and it's...
No, it's not voter suppression.
I can explain to you how it is.
Oh, how is it?
So the SAVE Act is voter suppression because it wants to require new exhaustive costs to register to vote that wouldn't do anything
No, there's
for the
no
safety...
extra cost to register to vote. We've been doing it for years. They did it back when your grandpa was voting.
So
they did the same exact thing. You had to show voter ID.
So they want
no problem.
They want to require...
You go get cigarettes, right? You get cigarettes?
To your positions!
Nice to have you back,
Commander. You do? You use ID, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the problem with using that?
We're at maximum
That's the most
speed!
important thing there is here, right?
If you let me speak, I'll happily tell you my issues with the SAVE Act.
Okay, get on it.
Okay, so first and foremost,
That's
I don't really have
open
an issue with ID to vote if states are going to make IDs free. There's no problem with that in the slightest. My issue with the SAVE Act
ID
is...
costs like $10, dude.
Hold on.
Really?
Oh, yeah, even if they cost $10. It's not okay, because that's a poll tax. But let me
Whatever.
finish here. So the issue with the SAVE Act is not, like, free ID to vote, even though that's not what the SAVE Act is doing. The issue with the SAVE Act is going to be a birth certificate or a passport in order to register to vote. They're saying
And
that people should...
everybody has that. Everybody has that. I put people on my thing and asked them if they had that. They all have it.
Okay. Well, I
I put
obviously...
all my neighbors, they all have it.
We need
Every
to-
woman I know knows where her birth certificate is.
You know what? Obviously, like, this isn't working because you're going to interrupt me. Here's a clip of Donald Trump admitting to being a violent sexual predator. After I play you this clip, tell us why you support a violent sexual predator as president.
The biggest predators are by far Obama and Biden.
Easy kill.
I'll tell you the funniest is that I go backstage before a show, and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else, and no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure.
Whatever. This is like what 2 years before he ran for president.
Is everybody
Okay, so I did just play a clip of Donald Trump admitting to barging into the dressing rooms of naked women and girls to look at their naked bodies. Is that sexual predation? Is that sexual predation?
And all the rest of them. How about
Oh, you mean his best friend Epstein?
Obama?
Oh, how about Obama? So just I just want to clarify. Oh yeah, so instead of like arguing against the notion that Donald Trump is a sexual predator because you know it's true, you're just going to accuse Obama of being married to a man. That is MAGA 101. When you can't deny Donald Trump's grave immorality, such as the fact that he's a rapist, such as the fact that he's a violent sexual predator, such as the fact that, well, that's what a court proved, man.
Racist is all the fucking Muslims and Islamics that you guys
Okay. So let's just quickly take a look at this jury verdict form. So this specifically says, did Donald Trump sexually abuse Miss Carroll? And the jury said yes. Is Mr. Trump a radical brown Muslim? Hey, is Mr. Trump a radical brown Muslim? Can you just answer my question quickly?
admits that it was all a lie.
Oh, okay.
I have a video of it. I can post it to you. I'll send it to you tomorrow. I'll find it. I've got like 900 fucking things on my fucking Facebook.
You're not answering my question, man. Then I'll respond to what you just said. Can you please respond to my question? On this jury verdict form, it says, Mr. Trump sexually abused Miss Carroll. Is Mr. Trump a radical brown Muslim?
He didn't do that, first of all. She's lying. I've already got video of saying that she lied about touching.
Yeah, so that's not true.
Yeah, it's not true. She lied.
No, what's not
Exactly right.
What is not true is that you have a clip of her saying it was all a lie.
Oh, I do have a clip of her saying it. Matter of fact, I saw it yesterday.
Well, why don't you play us that clip now?
I'm on my daughter's phone. Hold on, I'll find it.
Okay, because you have your phone. All right, you could just play that audio clip off of your phone.
I'm looking on my phone right now.
Holy fucking shit. All right, let's do that. DB, appreciate you for the motorcycle. Also, did you say your sister's phone?
My daughter's phone.
Did you just confuse your daughter for your sister?
Haha, you think you're so funny, don't you? You're not funny at all.
Stay mad. I don't know what to tell you.
And I
Cry
want to
about
know
it.
your grandma and grandpa's phone number because I do not believe for a minute that they like this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, I don't think that you'd be smart enough to type the number in. I think that you can maybe like
I
memorize
can
like 2
definitely type
digits
the number
max.
in.
No, you can memorize
Whatever.
like 2 digits max. Like 3 digits is just way too much for you. So like 9 digits. Woo!
Oh, dude.
No
apparently
way.
you can't
10
remember all the
digits.
genders that your party claims then, right?
Oh no, I can remember all the genders. There's specifically
what are they?
73, and every
Let's
single
do
time
all
you
of
complain
them.
about it, we
There's
add another
like
2.
70 now.
No.
Name them all.
Let me clarify. There's 73, and every time you complain about it, we add another 3. So now there's 76.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
party of nonsense.
Oh,
Party
I'd say
of
the.
make-believe.
I would say
Are
the
you
party
a
of.
furry too? Are you a furry?
No, not particularly. I would argue that the party of nonsense is probably the party that made a rapist president that admitted to violent sexual abuse, that is now using his power vested in the presidency to push tyranny and fascism across the
Turn
nation.
Epstein in back in 2000. He's
Really,
not
what's your
a
evidence of
fucking
that?
Rapist. I can find that on here too if you like.
Oh, sure. Are you referring to his phone call to the sheriff?
I've got other things on here.
Okay, because if you're referring to his phone call to the sheriff, yeah, he placed that after Epstein was arrested, and he told the sheriff that he was just so happy he caught Epstein because he's known what he's done all along. First question, if he knew what Epstein was doing all along, why didn't he report him to the cops before his arrest? Second question, this also exposes Donald Trump as a fucking liar. This also... No. This phone call was placed in 2006. You don't know your facts, ma'am.
I don't know your facts.
Okay, let's test that. How many branches of government are there?
3.
Name them.
You name them.
Judicial, legislative, and?
Judicial, legislative, and just because you make people mad.
And I'm the one that doesn't know my facts. No, this is comedic. What's your favorite Trump policy? I mean, I'm talking bill passed through Congress, signed into law by the president.
It would be the SAVE Act if it got passed.
Okay, well, it hasn't been passed. So what's your favorite policy that Trump has passed?
The big beautiful bill.
Okay, did you know, according to the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, that's going to reduce the purchasing power of the average American, as well as the average American making at around $51,000 per year. It's also.
And did you go to Thera? Did you find him?
I did.
What did he tell you?
He told me a lot of things. Icarus was once his. The doors to Atlantis need to be sealed. And something about mind-controlling artifacts. I think I left with more questions than answers.
Yes. He tends to have that effect on people.
When you and he... well, did you know he was over 100 years old?
He looked young for his age. I never imagined we'd stand on Spartan soil together again.
As much as I curse this place for what it did to us, it feels more like home than Kefalonia ever did.
Sparta is our home. But we'll have to rid ourselves of the Puppet King if we are ever to find peace.
Whatever happened to our old house?
Nikolaos stayed after I left, but now that he's gone, I don't know.
Why don't we go find out?
Of course. But first, there's something I want to show you.
Seven Duchess 4 said sees emoji.
Come on.
Oh, you told me to come sleep.
The closer we get to Sparta, the more memories keep flooding in.
No matter how far I ran, I never could escape them.
I know. On Naxos I could forget. It was as if I had locked Sparta in a box and tossed it to the bottom of the sea.
Did you put memories of us in that box?
I wanted to. But it would have taken all the wood in the land to build one big enough.
Yeah! Oh. Yeah!
This was the hill I was dropped at as a baby, huh?
This is where I first trained you to use your spear.
Hesitation
Or no, it was
only
the top of that
hastens the
mountain.
grave.
You remembered.
How do you think I got this far?
We had to pry that spear from your hand while you slept. You said you needed it to fight the monsters in your dreams.
I couldn't face Cerberus empty-handed. Those children will be ripped to shreds. We should help them.
Alexios, wait! You shouldn't interfere. This is Spartan training territory.
I can't stand here doing nothing. I'm going to help them.
Help, I can't feel my legs. Pater?
I'm here.
I'm so cold.
The sea that will carry you is very warm.
I'm sorry I yelled at you. I was angry. It wasn't your fault.
You have nothing to be sorry for.
He died with honor.
His death was unnecessary.
What are you doing here?
I was passing by when the wolves attacked these boys. But they're Spartans in training, so I let them handle things on their own.
He lies. He fought the wolves, clearly wanting glory for himself.
You've interfered with Spartan law and lied about it. There's more on. You should return to.
Are you all right?
I couldn't just stand by and watch.
The Agogi is what turns boys into men, and soldiers into Spartans. You have only made them weaker by interfering.
What good are they to anyone if they're dead?
Alexios, please. This isn't Kefalonia, Naxos, or anywhere else. This is Sparta, and breaking Spartan law can get you killed.
Believe me, Mater. I know exactly what breaking Spartan law gets you.
Come. Let's go home.
That training is ruthless.
Not ruthless. Effective. The best of those boys will become Cryptia, keepers of the peace and stalkers in the night.
Stalkers in the night?
There's a reason Sparta never changes. It has rules, and they are strict. Spartans rule Laconia, but most of its citizens are ilotas, enslaved peasants made to work the fields and mines.
Slaves? Why don't they revolt?
Spartan fields keep them fed, and Spartan warriors keep them safe. First from the Persians, and now from the Athenians. When they forget their place, the Cryptia are ordered to keep the peace.
I see.
Most of us make great sacrifices for comfort.
Most, not all.
Take them down! This is the end of you! Go! I didn't I'll let
Ella. Never thought I'd find myself back in Sparta. It looks so peaceful, despite the war raging elsewhere.
Watch where you're going!
Ella! This was the first and last place I ever felt safe.
As soon as you were old enough to hold a spear, you trained in this yard from morning till night.
Nikolaos was a tough teacher to please.
He hid his pride from you. But every night he would tell me, he's going to bring glory to Sparta.
As much as I hate him for what he did, I wouldn't be who I am today without his training.
My heart broke that day. But for the first time in ages, standing here with you, I truly believe it can mend again.
Me too.
Do you remember the first time you held your sister?
I was scared I'd break her. I piled.
Even then, you held her so tight.
She turned out stronger than we thought. Good to see you, Brasidas. It's been a long time since I rescued you from the warehouse fire in Corinth.
That's not how...
You look well, but...
The rumors were true.
Many we thought to be dead are...
When I heard the two of you came home...
We're in Sparta, but we're not home yet.
We want our house back, Brasidas.
Sparta claimed your estate after Nikolaos' disappearance. They're waiting for his adopted son to claim it. But he hasn't returned from the war.
Stentor? I knew I should have killed him on the... What do we have to do to get it back?
You'll need to negotiate your Spartan citizenship with the kings. It won't be easy.
Why not?
As happy as I am to see you, the kings won't be. Especially Archidamos. Your exit from Sparta wasn't exactly... graceful.
He can't still be mad I broke his nose.
You what?
In any...
Tell us.
Spartan soldiers have been given...
So...
Find me...
And where will you be?
This is where I...
Αληθές τούτο εστί. Συμμορείτε πληροφορία αν λαμβάνω.
Where is that useless doctor? Unless you're here to fix my problem, I am not interested. Oh, the eagle-bearing Misthios.
Alexios, you've arrived.
Great.
This is
Another joins the fray. If you people have no important business here, I suggest we break up this party.
Please, I'm healthy. I promise.
You must be the magistrate in charge of Potidia. Tell me about this illness.
Looks like word of us is spreading. Just like this foul plague. All these idiots are falling ill quicker than we can find a cure.
I heard that there's a doctor in this village. We're looking for her.
Aren't we all? That Malakas went off to find ingredients. I even sent men to bring her back. If you have so much time to stand around and chat, why don't you help?
I'll find this doctor.
Good. You do that. She's never out if you catch whatever's going.
I should be the least of your concerns. I'll find this doctor and bring her back.
You better.
You must have some idea about where the doctor might be.
That Malakas left toward the forest, blabbering about ingredients.
A plague, a burned village. This...
Of course.
I'll take a look around.
I'll see to your...
Make it quick.
Where is the doctor? I need more of her medicine. I don't feel any better.
She'll be back soon. You'll be all right.
Come on. Easy. Found her.
Slow down! You stand no chance! Charge!
Thank you. Those men were... Oh! You are the Eagle Bearer.
You must be the doctor from Potidia. The magistrate's looking for you.
Of course he is. I knew something was amiss when his guards appeared out of nowhere and attacked me.
He seems to take extreme measures.
That's true. And although I understand his concern for the village, it shouldn't be at the cost of innocent lives.
Let's get back to Potidia.
Not yet, Misthios. My ingredients were stolen.
Innocent lives are on the line.
As expected, you are as...
I'll get the ingredients. See you in Potidia.
I'll be back in town, Misthios. Bring my ingredients there.
I know where the arrows are coming from! I'm sad I have to kill you.
Any last words? Just die already! You're a waste of breath! Even the gods would be impressed by this display! Just die already! smart fighter! Any last words?
I'll be back in town, Misthios. Bring my ingredients there.
Magistrate's men. Strange they attacked the doctor. Speed up! Maximum speed!
We should pick up that salvage!
Forward!
Commander,
go!
The rowers need time to rest!
More speed! Increase speed!
We can
Master!
pull away again after the rowers catch their breaths!
Rowers, go! Onward!
The rowers need a break, Commander!
More speed! Archers! Get ready to fire! Now!
Try again! Send them a flaming inferno, Commander!
Come on!
We can't go
More
any
speed!
faster, Commander! Someone deal with them!
Archers! Ready!
We need to fire again!
Spear volley! Archers! Ready yourself! Ramming speed! Archers, get ready!
We missed them!
Arrows! Increase speed! Ready yourselves! Let's board the dogs!
Sit! You die already! Nobody will recognize your body when I'm done!
Faster! Faster! Let's move it! Ready to shoot!
Give them a light! Now! Attack!
Steady your aim! I think they're going to ram us! We're not ready!
Head for open water! Get the fire!
Try another volley!
Archers, we need you! Set fire to the arrows!
They're coming right at us!
Spear them! Come on! We board!
There's a letter with the medicine. Looks like these bandits were hired by someone.
Forward!
These ingredients aren't from around here. Better get back to the doctor.
You poisoned us!
What's going on here?
Alexios, I found poison in the water supply. This is definitely the work of the Order.
Mystios, you've returned in one piece.
Listen to me when I'm talking. You're trying to sabotage us. Don't deny it!
Magistrate, please try to relax.
People have been drinking your medicine, but they all died anyway. Your cure is useless, just like you.
I suggest you keep your mouth shut before I decide to shut it.
The doctor's medicine has only made our situation worse.
As expected, the doctor is the one everyone blames. All I've done is help. Someone like you, who kills problems rather than solves them, wouldn't know anything about it.
Enough, both of you! One of you is behind this, and I'm going to find out who. Curious that you would send guards after the doctor, Magistrate. Explain yourself.
What are you talking about? I did no such thing. Guards, get the Mystios! Kill the Mystios! He's... real conspirator here!
Stop running! Go, now!
You! Slow down!
You're done! Get him! Here's where you die! together!
Your skills are a joke! No, you don't!
These ingredients aren't from around here. Better get back to the doctor.
Έχουμε μάρμαρον πολύ.
Αδύνατον εστί!
Είδα την δυνάμενον ανευρύνση πλασκία ίνου ωραία. Μηδενός αντιτίμου σχεδόν.
You poisoned us!
As expected, the doctor always gets blamed.
Calm down, both of you.
Ότι ούνε κινείται ο άντρες και οι γυναίκες. Δύναμε φέρει.
What's going on here?
Alexios, I found poison in the water. This is definitely...
Misteo!
People have been
I suggest you keep your...
The doctors...
As someone like...
Enough, both of... Curious.
What are you, guards? Kill the Mystios! He's the real conspirator here!
Give up now! Hades has room for both of us! I I've seen Pops fight better than you! Victory! Can we both die today?
Impressive. As expected, you are quite the fighter. His paranoia was leading him to commit horrific acts. There's nothing I can do for the people here. They no longer trust me because of him. I hope to see you soon, Eagle Bearer.
How did the investigation go?
I found this note. What do you think?
My wolves howl, my boars snarl, and my crows conspire, all for the blood of the Tainted One. You will bring them to me as expected. So the huntsman commands beasts, who'd usually tear each other apart. Great. Something to look out for. The Order did this.
They did this because we were here, to draw us out. Father was right. I understand now why we live in the shadows, why we run. This is my fault.
We did what we could. It's all we could do.
Thank you, Alexios. Let's meet back at the hideout. We'll talk there.